This video is going to get you started on using the calculator and trying to figure out how to get a good window to view an equation. And remember, a good window is when you can see the things that you're needing to see, perhaps the maxes or mins, or the end behavior of the graph. So we're going to rewrite each equation is what you should do in the y equals. And this sheet of answers is found in your information. So you have the written stuff, but I'm going to go over it with the calculator and show you. So if we go to y equals and we start out with 2x, remember x is here, plus 3, and we're just going to do a zoom 6. That's a standard window. Can we see the x-intercept and the y-intercept? We can. So that's a good window. And if we go to the window and we were writing down what the window numbers were, you want the x-min, the x-max, the y-min, the y-max. And so you see those there. Zoom 6 gives you tens on each side, negatives and then positives. So with a straight line, as long as you can see the intercepts, the zoom 6 will work. Let's look at the next one. That if we had to rewrite it, it would be negative x plus 8 or 8 minus x. But let's do the negative x plus 8. And we'll hit graph. And we can still see both intercepts. So we're still at a standard window. So we're good there. Let's go back here. For the next one, we've got to subtract the 2x to the other side and then divide by the negative on the y so that both change signs. So we've got 2x minus 15 over here. So let's clear this and put 2x minus 15. Hit graph. And what we can see the x-intercept. We cannot see the y-intercept down here. So when you go to the window to change that, the y-min is at the bottom, y-max at the top. So we want to go to y-min and make it lower. Let's try negative 20. That's just a guess. Let's see if that works. If it had not worked, we could go to negative 30. So it's kind of trial and error sometimes. So you would write your window as negative 10, 10 and negative 20, 10 if you needed to write the window. Basically, this is to help you work with your problems. Rarely are you going to be asked to, do the window as an answer. So y equals, we'll clear this one. Now for this one, we had to subtract the 5x and then divide by 4. So we had negative 5/4 x plus 14. When you go to do that, you want to do a parentheses if you have a fraction and do negative 5 divided by 4, close the parentheses, put x there, and then plus 14. So always put your fraction in parentheses. Let's hit graph. We can't really see either one perfectly. So we're going to need to change y max and x max. So go to the window. And if I'm not looking at the answers, I might go to 20 here and 20 here and just see what that does. So when I hit graph, that worked fine. So on this one, so for the answer, this one has negative 10, 15, and that's fine. But what I put in worked as well. So as long as you can see what you need to see, your answer would be good. On these parabolas, same idea, and I don't know that we need to do all of these, but let's try a couple. So x squared plus 2x plus 4. Whoops, I don't know what happened there, but that should be squared. And that should be gone. Okay. All right, let's see if that works. So graph, whoops, something I had wrong. Let's go back. Let's just, let's see. Let's just clear. That happens, x squared plus 2x plus 4. Graph. All right. So if we needed intercepts, we have a y-intercept, we don't have an x, and we can see the minimum part. So for that one, a standard window works. Let's go to the other parabola, and we have x squared minus 5x and minus 13, and graph. Now, let me do this. Let me do a zoom 6, which takes it back to your normal window that you might be in. And what we see is that we can see the x-intercepts, but we cannot see the minimum point, and we might need that. So then we would have gone back in, gone to y-min, and maybe make that negative 20 and see if that works. And it did. So every time we'll go back to a zoom 6 because that's a normal window, and then we'll try, you know, our new graphs. So we're just going to do maybe one more. Let's do y equals 12. That's the last one. Let me go there and hit graph. That's going to be a horizontal line. But what do we see? We don't see anything. Well, that's because we're on a standard window and the top is at 10. So I need to go to the window and I need to make that y max at least, say, 15. And graph, and then I should see my line. So I think that will get you going. One thing to note, and it's written here on my paper, the difference between the subtraction and the baby negative. Look at the difference in size. If I do -2, or down here, I do subtract 2. See the difference in size? The subtraction is bigger than that, and it matters how you put them in. So if it's in the middle of something, that's a subtraction usually, and if it's at the beginning, it's a sign of a number. So you want to keep that in mind. So I think that'll get you going on this one.